The St Newman Medal is Newman University Board of Trustees' highest honor. It's presented to individuals who demonstrate in their daily life an appreciation of the spirit and ideals of St. John Henry Newman, and who have been instrumental in the growth and the development of Newman University. Our 2024 recipient embodies that definition with his lifelong dedication to education and service to others. Father Tom Welk first connected with Newman University more than 5 decades ago as a teacher, coach, and chaplain. He left the school in 1983 for what would turn out to be his calling and life's work when he helped start hospice here in Wichita. Today, Father Tom is still serving and still connected to Newman. In fact, it's partly his fault that I'm here as president. He was on that interview committee. But please direct your attention now to the screens and watch Father Tom's story.
Some know him as a Catholic priest, others as a positive, calming presence in some of life's most difficult moments. Still others as a master woodworker and giver of thousands of amazing handcrafted gifts. The 2024 St. Newman Medal recipient is all of those things and much, much more.
His being a precious blood priest, knowing our sisters and our communities being so close, has been a real benefit to us.
It's just been a great blessing to the whole family to have him as part of our lives.
Since arriving in Wichita more than 5 decades ago, Father Tom has made an incredible, and some might even say unlikely impact, especially considering his upbringing.
I never dreamed as a youngster growing up on the wide open plains of western North Dakota that I would be in the position I am today, just getting the award even. No, not knowing a word of English, going to a one-room country school, all of those kind of things. No running water, no electricity.
Tom's big family lived on a farm on Beaver Creek near Strasburg, North Dakota, a town of about 1,000 people at its peak, and with less than 400 today. There, Tom admits he was known as a bit of a mischief maker.
We were kind of a wild bunch, to be quite honest with you. And it seemed like if we were 5 miles away from home and pulled shenanigans, somehow, some way, Mom and Dad knew about it before we got home. How that happened, I still admit a bepuzzlement.
Shaped by his own experiences, Tom believes in a community where everyone looks out for one another. It's why, as a faculty member at Newman, he often handled students with grace. He was slow to judge, yet reinforced accountability, which was usually appreciated, even if that appreciation took a little while.
There was a group came back that were really outstanding athletes, and they were around when I was coaching tennis, so I knew them too. I asked him, what are you doing now? He's now in another state, teaching high school and doing coaching. And then he says, thank you for hanging in with me. I was a handful when I was here, wasn't I? And I said, yeah, you were a handful. And then he says, thank you for hanging in there with me.
Father Tom first arrived on campus in 1970. It was just his 2nd year as a priest. He came in on the heels of Vatican II, a time of major change in the Catholic Church. Sister T was instrumental in bringing the young priest to Newman and believed he was a perfect fit for students.
Father Tom would have dialogue homilies, and get them to talk about the scriptures and what it meant to them. And he made a big difference in the lives of the students. So it was a very rich time for them in terms of his interest in them as people, his love of athletics, and the way he said Mass and prayed with them. It was a great gift.
I was really pretty green behind the ears, almost a hothouse seminary environment. So I had to grow up a lot in those 13 years I spent at the different iterations of this institution, from Sacred Heart to Kansas Newman to Newman University, all of those. So I'm pretty grateful to the people that put up with me.
While at Newman, in between teaching, leading ski trips, coaching tennis and intramural softball, and serving as chaplain, Father Tom joined a group of medical professionals and local leaders that came together to address a vital need in the community.
I knew the counseling director at Wichita State asked me to serve on a committee to get up hospice. And then we incorporated, and I got more and more interested so that we were ready to go in the fall of '83, and then I left Newman and went into the hospice arena in '83.
Harry Hines was established as Wichita's original and only nonprofit hospice. 40 plus years later, you'll still find Father Tom working there.
I like dealing with people. I love education. I love teaching. And I've got kind of like with Harry Hines Hospice right now, in my work in medical ethics, and I do a lot of workshops and seminars, plus I keep my hand in pastoral care, ministering to families and patients in hospice. So it's a really good fit for me.
Education is definitely in Father Tom's blood. He has created numerous training videos for the Wichita Diocese and Harry Hines. He presents to regional healthcare and community organizations. But it's the connection with patients and families that keep him involved long after retirement age.
You don't always get thank yous for what you do. People are drained emotionally. They don't have the energy to respond. But many times you might get even abuse. Tom, can't you do anything right? What's the matter with you? Because they have so much anger about loss and grief and issues coming along. But I think the biggest return and payoff that keeps you involved is satisfaction. That you've really done something that made a difference for people going through a very difficult time. And I think that's why I continue, in so many years.
Newman nursing alumna Amy Brugman knew Father Tom from her time as a student. He married her and her college sweetheart Don, who, by the way, came to Newman from North Dakota to play basketball. Tom also connected with Amy's parents, who volunteered for hospice. And then in 2021, Amy experienced Father's gentle care when Don lost his battle with COVID.
What was the 33rd day of his illness, his body just quit. Lungs quit. Everything shut down. And they called me to come in, and then called the kids to, we've got to figure out, what do you want to do next? And so my first phone call was to Father Tom. I was like, you got to help me. Can you get to the hospital and help me through this? And he beat me there. It was just a very calm and peaceful and a holy death. And that, yes, you can provide that to your loved one.
I can tell you very honestly and clearly that in many, many instances, I have learned and received much more from our patients and families than I've probably given them.
Yes, Father Tom is still learning, serving, and making a difference. It's why we recognize him as the 2024 St. Newman Medal Recipient.